Good morning, YouTube. I'm gonna take you guys along with me today. We've got a really cool job. We're gonna rent the 110-ton stick boom crane today, and we're gonna be cutting down a pretty good sized tree in Monona. Before we get right to work, we're gonna have a little bit of fun this morning. It is a beautiful morning out. Let me show you the sunrise quick. And it's perfect wind conditions. So I'm gonna lay out my wing here and go for a quick little morning flight before I have to work all day. And I think this is gonna make this day even more amazing. Here we go. We've made it to the job, and I'm about to show you guys the tree. Felipe, this tree's bigger than you.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think? Is this probably one of the bigger ash trees we've cut down?
For me, it's the biggest one for sure, no doubt about it.
We've actually done one bigger.
Really?
Yeah, in Deerfield.
I was just telling me.
What do you think, Colton?
It's about, the base is about twice the size of the biggest one I've taken down.
Yep. And what makes this tree a little bit more difficult than others is it is wedged right in between two houses. So here's the homeowner's house. Here's the neighbor's house. We're actually working on the lake today. So I'm gonna walk into this backyard and show you their view. Pretty awesome spot here. This is on a little bay in Lake Monona. And the wind forecast for today is supposed to be really good, which is also going to be in our favor. This is a little bay here. So now this is the homeowner's property. And if you look around, you can tell that they really take care of their property. It is in impeccable shape. There isn't one blade of grass out of place here. Manicured immaculately. Look at all their flowers, everything. So here's a view of the tree from the backside. As far as picks go, I think we can do all the brush picks in 1, 2, 3, 4 picks maybe. And then it looks like maybe 4 more wood picks. So I'm gonna say about 8 picks for this tree. We're gonna have amazing capacity. Now I'm going to show you guys the crane. This is the same crane that we used to do the $20,000 maple tree in one of the previous videos. And just to warn you, it's going to be a little bit loud out here. I'm not going to ask him to shut the crane off. So I'm just warning you about the noise here. Here's a semi for all the counterweight. If you take this hook off, you gain 2,000 pounds capacity. So we're taking that off. Got everything protected here with plywood. We got the cheek weights on. 48,000 pounds of counterweight for this crane. Now we'll go meet the crew. So once again, I'm gonna be climbing this one with Calvin.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to play. Happy to be here, as always.
I already guessed 8 picks.
That's about what I said. I said 6 to 8. Maybe
6 to 8 picks, he says. Let's walk back here so it's not so noisy. That one center lead, I feel like we should take it in 2. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's walk over here and take a look.
Tips will be lighter than wood. Ooh, that's bad.
Calvin's always my favorite person to do these jobs with because we know what each other are thinking. See how that's a huge Y?
Yeah.
It might be hard to set down even.
Right. So what do you want to take it and split the Y?
Or should we take that in 1? I mean, I think we're good on capacity. That might be the first pick though.
Yeah, looks like it.
So they're taking the block off the crane to gain that 2,000 pounds capacity. And right now it's 8:22. So realistically, we'll probably start this job at around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And this is a smaller tree compared to the big maple. And we actually just did a big maple that was smaller than that one, and that took us 4 hours. But this tree almost looks a little bit more straightforward than that big silver maple.
Yeah, it's not going to be as difficult with the sling setting.
So I'm gonna say 3.5 hours.
Okay, perfect.
3.5 hours to the stump cut on this one, and that might be a little bit. What's that word?
What time consuming?
Optimistic.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna start at 9, 10, 11, 12, 30. I'm gonna say stump cut by 12:30.
I'm with you on that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get geared up now, and we're gonna set the first pick here. Woo! Here we go. This is gonna be fun. You can go fast. And that first time we cable up, we gotta go to the top for the view. Oh. Where? I'll fix it. Cable up now. Check out this view. 170 foot of boom. We're gonna see the capel here in a second. Oh, there it is. This is a really good view of Belle Isle. Oh, we're almost to the anti-2 block. There's some big cottonwoods over there. And there's the Capitol. All right, let's get this job started. It's probably close to 9 o'clock, just like I thought. Okay, 8:47, yeah. Okay. Cable down, boom down.
So I'd like to explain what I'm doing here. First of all, in my opinion, the best way to set crane slings is by hanging from the crane ball. First of all, you're the human plumb bob. So you have the best view possible of where the crane ball needs to be over the piece. You know exactly where it needs to be because you have the best vantage point. The next step is I rappel down to the shortest sling. So right here I have two 22-foot slings, and then I actually have one 32-foot sling. What I did was added two of those little yellow endless loop slings with a CMI shackle to make that 14-foot sling into a 32-foot sling. So the very first thing I do is rappel down to those two 22-foot slings, close to the hooks somewhat.
So the first couple picks are going to be pretty
As the
light
crane lowers me into the canopy, I'll know when to tell him to stop because I'm going to be at the perfect height where the slings will be set on the branch.
All right, stop right there.
There's a couple different ways that you can put the slings on. You can either just wrap it around the branch and hook it, but in a scenario like this, I like to do a half hitch. Some of the advantages to doing the half hitch is, first of all, it's 2 points of contact. So it's going to make it a little bit safer. You're not relying on
There's a few chips back there.
one part of the branch for lifting this huge piece. Now it's two parts, which makes it a little bit safer. Right here, I'm going to have the crane just snug it up. I'm not going to have him actually put any tension on it. I'm just going to have him take the slack out of the line. So he's about to do that right now.
Cable up, and I'll tell you when to stop.
And I tell him perfect right there.
Good.
So now that this one crane sling doesn't have any slack in it, from here on out, I'm going to hand tighten the rest of the slings. You don't want to tension each sling individually. You just want to take the slack out of the first sling. Then after that, the next two slings, I'm just going to hand tighten them as much as I possibly can. And then once I've got all the slings on, then I have the crane put tension on. So once again here, I think I'm going to do another half hitch, but I think I noticed that there's a little branch in the way. So I'm going to undo that. Once again, one advantage to the half hitch is you're grabbing the branch up high, which allows the butt to be heavier, and it's going to keep those pieces from wanting to flip on you. If I would have put that sling, 5 or 10 feet lower, there's a pretty good chance you're going to have a lot of movement when you cut through with the chainsaw. The piece is going to want to flip upside down. So by putting that sling up nice and high with a half hitch, it's going to keep your butt weight heavy. You can see that little shackle that I'm using there. I love those. They're called a CMI Quickie shackle.
That landing zone is amazing.
Super heavy duty and really quick to take on and off.
Yep, we're not pushing the limits of anything.
Well, another reason I like to be tied into the crane is it's always nice to have that high tie-in point as a climber. And there's nothing higher than the crane. Here I come down, I think I'm going to do another half hitch, and I quickly realize that it's probably not going to work because the sling is a little bit too long still. So I think I just end up putting the sling down lower. And then once again, I'm just pulling these as tight as possible by hand. And that's good enough.
What? Ducks? Shut the job down. No ducks can be harmed. Alright, I'm throwing my bag down, Calvin, but I don't know where it's even gonna land.
Another thing I should mention is parts of this tree have been dead for a year or two now, and you can see that big hole right in front of me. There's a lot of decay in this trunk, so it's also kind of nice to be tied into the crane, because we know that that crane is very strong, and you know these branches are dead and they've been compromised. So I think that it's a little bit safer to be tied into the crane as well. At this point, I'm going to tie into the tree with a SRT system. I'm using an Alpine Butterfly there, and I have a little retrieval end coming down. I'm going to untie myself from the crane after I get tied into the tree. I'm going to send down the crane rope. Never drop that zigzag. I'm going to lower that to the ground. And once I've lowered the zigzag, one of the guys on the ground, you know, they'll stuff that rope into a bag, and from there on out, Calvin will be using that rope to rappel off the crane ball to set the crane slings for each piece from there on out. And this orange rope that I've just tied into the tree, that's going to be my new tie-in point. So from here on out, that's going to be the rope that I'm going to be using to make all the cuts. I will just keep lowering that rope down in the tree as time goes on.
First pick of the day. Here we go. Cable up, Mike. About as beautiful as it gets. Boom up. It's all yours. I'm gonna go ahead and guess probably only like 2,000 pounds. What do you? Oh, 2,600. So my original guess is about 3,000. So there it goes, first piece. Very nice. Into that other branch, so maybe boom up and cable down, kind of hold your line. Really nice, actually. It just twisted a hair, so I had him cable up, but counter. So this is a nice little shelf here. All right, here comes the guessing game. I'm gonna say we are probably right around that 3,000 pound mark again. Beautiful. It's exactly 3,000. And the ground crew is faster than us today. Good job, boys.
So to explain what I'm doing here, I have to go up a little bit higher here. I'm actually going to cut this piece next. This is pretty much the center of the tree. I'm going to cut it about where my waist is right now. So I've got to go up a little bit higher here and lower my climbing line down so I can still be tied in to the tree when making this cut. Another really cool thing that I'm going to do with this next piece that I guess you haven't really seen yet is Calvin is going to set the first 2 or possibly even 3 slings up there, up top. And I'm going to set the lower sling. So that saves a little bit of time for him. And And it's pretty easy for me because I'm going to set that sling pretty much about where I'm going to make the cut. So, you know, we're kind of working together here to make things go faster. It's a pretty cool technique.
Calvin, I think we should have one more 12-foot sling added. You may or may not use it, but it'd be nice to have it.
If you're a tree climber or you're just looking to get into tree climbing, I highly suggest the Monkey Beaver belt. That's the harness that I'm wearing here. I've been using mine for about 5 years now, and it's the most comfortable harness that I've ever worn. If you're, you know, hanging from the crane or doing a big removal and you have, you know, big chainsaws hanging off your hip, it's the most supportive harness that I've ever used. I really love mine, and once you start using one, it's hard to go back. I also installed an adjustable bridge on mine. I really like the adjustable bridge because when you're standing on a spar like this, you can make your bridge smaller and it allows you to get a little bit closer to the tree, and it's better for work positioning. One little trick I like to do when setting this bottom sling is I clip it and then I give that sling a tug. Right there, I tug it as hard as I can. It's gonna make the crane ball swing towards me. It allows me to get that crane sling just a little bit tighter. Every time Calvin is finished setting his slings up top and I start seeing him descend to the ground, my number one goal is to be ready and waiting for him to make the cut. As soon as he pulls his rope out of the tree, it's my goal to be making that cut with the chainsaw immediately, so no time is wasted.
I gotta get this on video. All right, I said put 4,000 pounds of pre-tension. As I started to cut the back cut, my saw started to pinch. I knew that there was a little bit too much pressure. We took off 400 pounds of weight. Now we're down to 3,700. Slowly boom up, Mike. And that is a perfect cut and sling job. Nice job, Calvin. Nice job, Mike. Nice job, Reon. All right, my guess, I'm gonna say that it's 3,800. 3,800 from 100 feet away. Easy pickings with the 110. This will be big brush pick of the day. We're at 110-foot radius. We are good for 9,000, you said, Mike? Good for 9,000. We're gonna pre-tension this one to 4,500 pounds. Hold it right there. Gotta take my camera off my head. Pretty happy. Still sitting here. All right, let's boom up. And you can actually go to the left a little. Big pick of the day. Okay, here comes the guessing game. I think it's a 5,500 pound piece. 5,100 pound brush pick. Woohoo! One brush pick left. Here we go. Exactly what I thought it would do. Where are you? Oh. Hello. Mike didn't even give me a chance to guess on that one. 3,800 pounds. That one was not the cleanest pick, but we kind of predicted it. It had a little roll to it. We are all done with all the brush picks right now, so we're switching to big wood. That top's gone, gone, gone. Making good time here. Okay, what do we pretension to? We pretension to 4,000. Made a nice little shelf cut. Let's cable straight up there, Mike. And boom up right away. We got our balancer set up there. And I'm gonna say that could be 48, I'm gonna say 4,800. Oh, let's not do that, Mike. Oh, oh. Oh, you're just bumping the backside. But we're good. So, I guessed 4,800. Mike said it's bouncing between 48 and 49. Oh, 47 and 48. And we're good for 9,000. So once again, we are just being super safe today. 2 picks left and this tree is gonna be done. I would just like to make a little commercial break here. This is my favorite saw for big wood. It's a 661C, fully built by West Coast Saw, full mod. It's got the bark box and the fancy chain cover here. I love that saw. Thing rips. If you're interested in any of these chainsaw parts, this muffler, it's called the West Coast Bark Box, or this side cover, you can get all this stuff at westcoastsaws.com. That's it. All right, so boom up on this. Now, let's swing right a little. Just a little. No crazy movements. Yep, cable up and away. That was a nice smooth cut. Dude, this saw is a beast. That's a good chunk of wood. Let me guess, Mike. I'm gonna say 5,800. 5,800. Haha, 5,800 exactly. I'm gonna buy myself a coffee today. Yeah. 1 pick left. Calvin, I said 12:30. It's only 10:30. We're gonna have this stump cut by 11 o'clock. We're gonna be an hour and a half quicker than we expected. Damn, we're good. I'm gonna get out of the tree now, and Calvin's gonna set these last slings, and we're gonna do a stump cut. I love it. I like how you have the slings, one on one side, one on the other too. Okay, you film. Okay. We're gonna slowly cable up. Tell me what weights. The whole thing's sliding, so I think it's cut through all the way. Yep. Stop right there. Okay. What kind of weight are you good for? So far this piece is 6,500 pounds and we are good for 12,800. Let's slowly cable up and I'll guide you out. It's perfect. It didn't move at all. It's a beautiful sling job. All you. Cable up and boom up. All right, turns out this piece is 7,300 pounds and we were good for how much?
12 something?
We're good for 13.2 and we picked 7,300. Oh, one very more important thing here. Stump is cut. 1050. And what did we say, Calvin? 3.5 hours to the stump cut on this. Stump cut by 12:30. Cut by 12:30.
1:30?
No, we said 12:30.
12:30, yeah.
12:30. So we beat our own guess
By an hour and a half.
by an hour and a half. So yeah, but you're probably gonna want to set it down sideways first. So give yourself a pat on the back. Good job.
Yeah.
That was awesome. We started at 9 o'clock. We're done by 11,
Same.
10, 11. 2-hour tree. We just cut down this tree in 2 hours. That was a huge tree. Go stand by the pick. We just got this thing cut down in 2 hours. I'm gonna have to call out Nick Taylor on this one because I wouldn't cable down anymore. Keep these nice and tight because I don't think you can sling pieces and crane out a tree any faster than that. I guess I gotta go to Tulsa. got the ash tree all cut down and cleaned up. The crane's put away here. And we're actually just gonna move the crane right down the road because a big branch fell on someone's house the other day, and it's convenient just to take it off with the crane right now. But I'm here with Ken. And I just wanted to thank him for letting us cut down the ash tree. How do you think everything went?
I think it went extremely well. Very professional. Couldn't get any better.
Awesome. So
Give the guy all the business you can.
I know you don't have any more big trees, but if you moved and there was a new house that you had to have a big tree cut down, would you call us back?
Yes, yes, definitely.
All right.
We'll call him Rambo.
Well, thank you for the work.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We appreciate the business.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of crew here, a lot of equipment.
Yep.
Wow, believe me.
It makes it go smooth though, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go move a truck. So one of the neighbors came down and said, hey, while you guys have that crane here, will you lift this branch off my roof? So here's the job. Honestly, we could maybe do it with the Avant or the Merlot, but because we have the big crane here, it's only gonna make things easier. It's a pretty good sized piece. And it's 115 feet away. So we're gonna have to go ahead and set up the crane, full counterweight. I think we can pick this piece in one pick. I'll show you that in a little bit here. This is the new crane set up here. Gotta reach up and over that tree right there. It should be easy pickings. Kibble down a little bit more. Stop. Kibble down a little bit more.
Once again, I'm getting picked up by the crane. There's really no other trees hanging over where the branch fell onto the garage roof, so there's no good tie-in points. In order to set the crane slings and do it as safe as possible, it's definitely best to just hang from the crane ball once again. Also, being the human plumb bob, I'm gonna have the perfect vantage point so I'll know right where to have the crane ball. So when I pick up the piece, it will come off as smooth as possible.
That almost might be a Grove 350 job. That's way back there. If this branch is 115, that's got to be another 20. So 135. Oof, that tree is huge. So check it out. This tree is a massive willow. Big branch broke off, fell in the garage right here. They might want this whole tree cut down. I think we're gonna need a bigger crane though, because this thing's huge and it's really far away. All right, you can still boom down more. Keep booming down. You got a ways to go. Nope, take it. Cable down more. 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 And stop. Okay, now cable back up. And stop. Might be all the climbing I had to do. Mike, I'm off the ball, just so you know. I only had to hang from the crane to set one sling. The rest of them will all be set from the ground. Slide them up the hair. Slide it down. How you like that?
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Hey, Mike, we've got it all slinged up. Let's tension up a little.
It's gonna be kind of touch and go.
We might have to have you boom down a hair. So when you...
Maybe start there.
Yeah, actually start booming down. So start with the boom down.
And hold the line.
And hold the line.
Good.
Probably good enough. Now cable up. So it drifts away from the garage. And remember, if for some reason it's too heavy, you can put it back down, but I doubt that it will be. It's probably going to be around that
The trick is we're gonna have to
4,000 pound
I
range.
think we gotta stop it from rotating.
You want a rope on it or no?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be perfect. Slowly cable up. I mean, it's detached from everything, so you're going to lift it right now.
Take it up around 2,500 and watch. 2,000, 2,500 start watching.
What kind of wader you got there?
Oh, well.
Yeah, I guess it was going to be 4.
Oh, okay.
It's starting to move right there. What are we at now for weight? 3,500. I said 4. Yeah, keep going. Colton, look for loose stuff like this, you know? Keep cabling up. Nice and slow, just like you're doing. We're looking for little hangers that could fall. Right there, right by your hand. Pull that thing off. Yep. How much weight are you at?
That one's wedged, that one will stay. Sure.
Oh yeah, perfect. It's coming off nicely. We're just making sure nothing, no loose pieces are on there. How much does it weigh? 4,800 pound piece from 115 feet away. Beautiful sling job. Good job, Reon. Good job, Calvin. It's magic. Yep, start moving up right there. Actually hold your line and boom up. Once it starts to come off and you realize how much it weighed, instantly you're like, oh yeah, this is a crane pick.
Yeah, it's huge.
You agree now?
4,800 pounds, yeah.
This is the right way to do it, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a lot
Yeah.
of weight.
We were thinking about using the Merlot, but this is way better. Almost. Keep booming up. There's some little wispy things still.
You can swing left a little bit.
Yeah, swing left a hair. Stop booming up right there. Just swing left now. Because now we're touching the maple. Now you can cable up right there. £4,800 willow branch just happened to fall in the shed a couple days ago, and we just happened to have a big crane. 4,800 branch from 115 feet away. Good thing it's not windy today. Felipe, you gotta clean this up, buddy.
Okay, thanks.
I'll be over there to get picked back up for the piece on the road. Piece number 2, and the rest of the stuff I'm just gonna throw off by hand. Yep, you can pack the crane up. Surprise! Probably be a lot easier, yeah. Stop. Doing what you're doing. The piece is all you're gonna stick away. That's it. That was only supposed to be 1 pick. Turned into 3. This roof is pretty sketchy to say the least. I feel like if I jumped up and down hard enough, I could collapse. All done, all clean. I'll need the Avant driven back here somehow. Maybe get permission from people so I can get off this roof. I just wanted to give a little update here. The crane is gone. Everything's cleaned up. We got this branch off the roof. Everything went really smooth. That roof really did take a beating. Yeah, everything's cleaned up here. I think that we might be back to cut this thing down. I don't know if the camera is going to do this tree justice, but this thing is a beast. Huge, huge willow tree. Thanks for hanging out with us, watching us cut this tree down, and then take the branch off the roof. If you guys enjoy this content and you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. After doing another big job like this, it really makes me want to get my own big stick boom crane. It just seems like it's the right tool for us. 243, we've got trucks to dump, and I've got some estimates to go do, and hopefully if it's calm wind conditions tonight, maybe even go for a quick little flight. But thanks for coming along, thanks for watching. If I come across any more cool jobs like this one, I'll definitely make sure to bring you guys with. Thanks, have a great day.